Hey there friends, I'm Melanie and you're watching akaMommy, and I would like to welcome you if you're new to my channel and decided to open this video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and if you are a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for coming back. Okay guys, so the topic of today's video, as you can probably guess from the title, is going to be macros. Now, if you are not someone who's interested in fitness or weight loss or muscle gain or anything like that, then this is probably not a video that's going to be interesting to you. But for anyone who is just a little bit unsure of what macros are, why we track macros, why it even matters, maybe this video will clear up a couple of things for you. Now, before I go any further, let me first say, number one, I am not a personal trainer. I am not certified in personal training. I am working on it, but I'm not there yet. And number two, I am not a nutritionist. So basically, I'm just sharing information with you from my brain as I understand it. Yes, I have done some research to back up these things, so I'm not just pulling ideas out of thin air for you guys, but I'm hoping to be able to share this information with you in a way that makes it a little bit easier to understand. So before we go any further into this video, let me go ahead and first tell you what a macro is. Basically, you have two different types of nutrients. You have macronutrients and you have micronutrients. Macronutrients are the substances that your body needs in relatively large amounts in order to function and to grow properly. Micronutrients, on the other hand, are the substances that your body needs in very trace amounts, but they are still very important. So your macronutrients are your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fat. Those are the three that we track. They're the ones that are going to make a significant difference in, the amount that you weigh, how you're able to train. When you have goals that you want to reach when it comes to your body, those are going to be the three that are going to make or break you, definitely. Micronutrients, on the other hand, are things like potassium and calcium, vitamin C, sodium, zinc. All of those things that we all know to be very important to our health and well-being, but we don't need them in super large quantities in order for us to still be healthy. All of those micronutrients that I just mentioned are found in healthy foods, and for the most part, if you're eating a well-balanced, healthy diet, you shouldn't have a problem getting all of your micronutrients. But I will say that because I'm not always positive that I am hitting all of those numbers, and I don't really want to spend the time tracking all of my micronutrients, I do supplement with a high-quality multivitamin. And basically what that enables me to do is eat my healthy foods, get my nutrients that way, but just in case I missed a few, it kind of fills in the gaps, if that makes sense. So let me go ahead and tell you why you might be interested in tracking your macros. When it comes to our bodies, we basically fall into one of three categories. We either want to lose weight, which I think actually is the biggest percentage of people fall into that category. We either want to maintain our weight, or we are looking to gain weight, which another way that I would say gain weight would be to gain muscle. You either want to lose weight or you want to gain muscle, but your macros cannot be the same for both of those goals. You're going to have to adjust your macros depending on what your body goal is. So to put that a little bit more simply to you, if you are interested in gaining muscle, you are going to have a lot more carbs in your diet. Your body can handle those, because what it's going to do is it's going to help you to put on that muscle. It's in the bodybuilding world, it's called bulking, where you basically are eating a lot more calories than you would if you were trying to lose weight, and then you're training really hard and you're using all of that fuel that you put in your body to build bigger muscles. Now, on the other hand, if your goal is to lose weight, your body is not going to be able to handle as many carbs. And when I say carbs, I mean primarily grains, potatoes, and so forth like that. Carbs that are going to be good for you if you're trying to lose weight are fruits and vegetables and minimal amounts amounts of grains. But if you are trying to lose weight and you're still taking in a lot of grains, you're really kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because your body is not going to lose weight on that type of diet. On the other hand, if you're trying to lose weight, it is a really good thing to have a high amount of protein in your diet. So, and another thing that I wanted to mention is you really want to pay close attention to your fat intake as well. And when I say fat, I'm not talking about McDonald's. I'm talking about avocados, seeds, nuts, like peanut butter, healthy oils, and so forth. These are essential in your diet. You definitely don't want to just cut them out completely and go, oh, well, I don't want fat in my diet. Because number one, taking in fat with your diet helps your body to digest your other foods. And if you don't overdo it, and if you are taking in the right kinds of fats, it can help your body actually to burn your body fat. So I personally am the type of person that if I cut my fat too much, I actually will not see results in my weight loss goals. I have to make sure that I get a sufficient amount of fat in my diet, healthy fats. Otherwise, I kind of stall out. If I eat too many carbs, then it's kind of, like I said, it's just not going to work for me. But I do have to have a certain amount of carbs in my diet. Otherwise, I have absolutely zero energy to even function. Protein is a hard one for me because it's not something that I generally tend to naturally crave. So protein is actually the hardest one for me to get into my diet. It's one I have to really pay attention to and make sure I'm hitting my numbers. All of that to say, what if I went into my daily diet and I just said, I'm going to eat this and I'm going to eat this and I'm going to eat this, and I wasn't measuring anything, I wasn't paying attention to portion sizes, I wasn't paying attention to macros? It would be a recipe for disaster. Bottom line is, if you don't know what you're putting into your body as far as food and supplements, you cannot make the necessary adjustments in order to help you continue to move towards your goal. That is why we track macros. It's really important to know specifically what you're putting into your body. Now again, if you are someone that is not interested in fitness or losing weight or anything like that, this is probably something that you're not going to want to waste your time with. But if you are someone who has goals, fitness goals, weight loss goals, any type of body image goal, macros are something that can really help you to reach that goal. The other thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is that it is very important that you stay consistent with your macros. You don't want to have one day where you bulk up on protein and you don't really eat very much carbs, you know, and then the next day you kind of go, oh, well, I didn't eat very many carbs yesterday, so I'll fill in those today and just kind of back off on my protein. You can't do that. With macros, it basically is telling what you need on a daily basis, and you really need to try to be consistent with hitting those numbers every single day, whether it's a day that you are working out and training or a rest day. It's important that your body is getting a steady amount of those things, of your macronutrients, because it balances out in the end. It's really important that you remember to stick to your macros no matter what. It would be really nice, honestly, if I could one day just not really have any carbs at all and the next day have 6 donuts. That would be awesome. That would be a fun day for me. Maybe not the day that I didn't have any carbs. That would be a horrendous day for me. But that it doesn't work. It really is important for you to track your macros and be consistent with them on a daily basis if you want to see your goals met. Because if you have one day where you don't have any carbs and then the next day you bulk up on carbs, well, the day that you had no carbs, your body had zero energy and you probably weren't able to function all that well. You felt like you were going to pass out and die all day if you're anything like me. And the next day you ate so many carbs that your body doesn't know how to process that much. And what does it do? It turns it into fat, and immediately you've basically destroyed that day for yourself. So I wanted to make sure that you know that it is important for you to remain consistent with your numbers. And if you are able to stay consistent with tracking your macros, staying on top of your numbers, and making sure that you are working out consistently, then you will meet your weight loss or muscle gain goals, whatever they may be. Okay guys, so the last thing that I wanted to say to you is something that you may or may not have heard before, and it really is true. You know, you've heard the saying, abs are made in the kitchen. Well, basically what that's saying is that weight loss and muscle gain is so much more about what we're putting into our bodies than people realize. Weight loss especially is about 80% what you're eating and 20% how you're working out. So please understand that it does matter what you're choosing to put in your body. You can't out exercise a bad diet. You may have heard that one before too. It's definitely one of my mantras. I remind myself of that every single time I want to eat cookies or peanut butter or any of the other amazing things that I really, really love. Not that peanut butter is bad, but in moderation. So just keep in mind that it does matter how you're eating. It is important to stay consistent. And if you remember those things and you just remember to do your very best every single day, you will see results. Just don't give up. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you were able to find some helpful information in this. My goal on my channel is to encourage others, inspire others, help motivate others, and every now and then to educate. Again, I am not a personal trainer, nor am I a certified nutritionist, and so this is just information that I have found for myself with the help of others and just kind of how I understand all of this. So I hope that you guys were helped in some way through this video. I hope that you're all doing very well and that you're very blessed, and I will catch up with you in the next video. Bye guys.